So I've had a lot of presence in this lifetime, or I would have tripped, fall, and probably killed myself. So there's a lot of present. But the part that I don't quite get when you talk is the I part. And that's equally as important as the presence.
How do you mean?
I just feel like Tracy, this person, whatever I am, was making a decision to be that I was there doing it.
Mm.
You know, whatever this I is. And I know I've been looking at it for 10 years now to figure out what is it, this I thing. But I still feel rather attached to it, I guess.
Well, you see, the I is attached to itself. That's all. It's okay. You know, this is when you're a dream character, you know, in a dream, you become attached to your world and what you're doing and what's going on, how it affects you, etc. That's the nature of the dream. That's all. You know, that's going to go on. But the thing to understand, at least intellectually, is that it is a dream. That the amount of substance that is here is nil. This is just, you're walking and acting through a dream. You're doing the best you can, given your situations, and you're responding to things the best you can with the tools you have. But that's just part of the dream, you see. All of this is just part of the dream. There's this sense of moving through your life and doing the things and making the decisions and having your opinions and your thoughts and your feelings and your body going through what it's going through. All of that is just a dream. It's dreamlike. And basically what I want everyone to understand is that these body minds are just virtual reality machines. They're just giving you a sense that you're living in a reality. Okay? That's how they work when they're functioning correctly. You see? So that's, they're just doing their thing. And so you're having this dream, this waking dream that seems to you to be going on a long time through you when you were a child to an adult to older, you know, it just continues. But that's not who you are, you see. That's just a temporary phenomenon. And this is just temporary experience, you see. It's not who you are. The virtual reality is a show. It's a good quality show. So far, we haven't replicated a show as good in quality, but maybe one day they will. Maybe one day you'll put on a helmet and you'll experience a whole different reality and you'll like it so much, you won't ever want to take off that helmet. Yeah. But God has made you this helmet, you call it a body, and you're living out this reality. You don't want to let it go because you're into it. Like this is your little dream and you're living your little life and you're having your little experiences, which seem like a big deal when you're in the middle of them. But it's just a virtual reality because when all is said and done, your life, beginning to end, is a blink in the eye, you see, because it has limits, because there is this sense of beginning middle, and end. You see, those are stories. Stories have a beginning, middle, and an end. Somewhere there's a book, and that book has your whole story in it, beginning, middle, and end. And it's all written out in past tense. So everything that's going to happen has already happened. You see, you're thinking, because your virtual reality machine is attuned to linear time, making time something that moves in a linear fashion. You see, so you're watching your life and that makes it seem real. Like, look at it, beginning, middle, and end. Okay, but beginning, middle, and end is incredibly small, incredibly small. So if there is a thing called eternity, we're calling it eternity, but even the word isn't correct because all we can conceive of are things with limits. Even eternity is not correct because it's bigger than any word can squeeze. A word can't touch it. But there is this thing, a continuum, that never ends and never begins and just goes on and on and on. And so compared to that, your life is a blink in the eye. Your thoughts are nothing. Your actions are nothing, you see? So you have this sense that you're doing something and that you're experiencing something. And that's just part of the dream. That's part of the virtual reality. That's part of the show. So you have this show going on and you're enjoying your life. That's fine. That's fine. But don't be convinced that that's who you are, you see? So this I that you are experiencing is just part of that because there has to be a me to take ownership of all of your experiences and perceptions, you see? And it's so funny, you see, inside of you, the thing, the source of it all is connected with everything. So really what you have is that which is everything, okay? And what you're focused on is that which is something. And when you're that which is something, then you focus upon the experiences and the perceptions as yours. Now they're yours. Now everything relates to you. And you start taking ownership of your experience and your actions and your thoughts and your feelings. Everything is taken in and owned when you're everything. The concept, the idea of ownership never arises because what could there be that is not who you are? Everything is who you are. It doesn't arise. Ownership only arises in separation, you see? And this is why the idea of the seeker going after enlightenment is misconceived, because enlightenment is not something that you can go after, you see, because there's no sense of getting it. You can't get it. You are it. In fact, you could almost look at it, it is you. So you're mistakenly identified with a place of separation, you see. You're mistakenly identified with yourself as an individual. And you go through life with, pursuing your thoughts and feelings and actions. All of them are taken in as yours. And then you live in this world filled with all different feelings, pride and regret and pain and suffering. And it's the pain and the joy are yours now. Oh, the joy feels so good. It's so good. Then it makes you feel like it seduces you into thinking this world of separation isn't such a bad deal after all. But then the pain comes and it's like, oh, it's so bad, so terrible. And then you're in the drama of life, in the drama of that, what the Swami referred to, samsara, the world, this world of appearances. You see, really, really, how do you know what you're perceiving has anything to do with what's out there? I have a cat who perceives things that my body mind can't perceive, and is reacting to things, energies and colors and things I can't even see, running around the house. So you're just set up with a particular body mind, virtual reality machine that picks up certain things you don't even know if those things are even accurate. But we all agree upon it. We have body minds, all of us, and they're all designed about the same. And, so we agree, this is the world. This is how it works. This is what it is. But we're just making it up. The eyes are perceiving. I mean, just think about how crazy this is. You have these eyes that perceive light. You have these ears that perceive sound. You can feel things, all of these things. But really, you don't know what's out there. It's all going into the brain. There's this electronic stuff going on, and you're just making it up from all the stuff that comes in. You don't actually see anything. It's just electronics going into the brain and giving you an idea of what it is. And so, it helps you navigate, just navigate this illusion. You can walk around without bumping into walls, So that's good. but really, this is not solid. There's nothing here that's solid. And it's all based in limitation. All but time is a limitation. I mean, you can imagine a world beyond, something beyond time, right? There's got to be something beyond time. Well, if there is something beyond time, it means that the past, present, and future are all one. So there is no time anymore. And that's an infinite place, you see. But then you live in these boundaries of time. You see, the body lives in the boundaries of time. It's all locked up. It's all bound. And it's very, 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 very limiting. And you accept it as your lot in life. But it's not, you see, because you have to remember, before you were born, there was something. And after you die, there'll be something. And it's not this. And it may not even be something, because it may be beyond the distinctions of something. But, we can only talk about it in words, and the words are all limitations, you see. And that which I'm trying to point to is beyond all those limitations, you see. No, you accept your life, which is bound in limitations, but that's not your life. None of this is you. I mean, it's amazing. It's like, I heard the story, the same Swami that I read from before. Ramana told him not to come to the ashram. He lived right outside the ashram. And Ramana had his first surgery from the tumor that killed him in his arm, where they removed the tumor. And the Swami, he was very concerned about Ramana. He used to be his caretaker, and he was very concerned about him, and so he had a girl that worked for him and sent her down to see Ramana, to see how he was. And so she came, and she said she had come from the Swami. He wanted to know how he was doing. And Ramana just laughed real loud. When he got that message, he got it that Ramana was saying nothing happened. Nothing ever happened. And nothing ever happened to him. He is not the body. So not to worry. None of this is anything to do with anything. And so you see, there was in Ramana, regardless of whatever was happening with the body, no sense that anything was happening to him. None at all. And you see, that's the thing. None of this is happening to you. There is no you. There is no you. You're imagining yourself to be something. But that's not who you are. That's just your imagination. The mind imagines things. And you see what happens is the mind draws attention unto itself, and the mind becomes infatuated with itself. And all of a sudden, there's just the mind and its mechanisms, its thoughts, and the feelings that it draws, and the imagination. And then it imagines this life, this world, to be real. And that's what makes this virtual reality work. What makes it work is that you believe it. And who's to fight it, So you just start buying into it. The mind tells you you're doing it, and you go, yeah. Who can resist? But it's just a dream, you see. You have dreams at night, and all kinds of outrageous stuff is going on in your dream at night, and you're buying it. You believe it. You believe it for a very short period of time. Because as soon as you wake up, you know it's just a dream. You don't believe it. What if that were true for this life? As soon as you wake up from this life, you don't believe it. So what I'm telling you is, if you want the advanced tour, just stop believing it. It's not true. So, this I, stop believing it. It's not you. It's not you. None of this is you. It's just a dream. Dreams are dreams. They happen all the time. So you have a dream, you have a cast of characters in the dream, you have some well-established things in the dream. It's a reoccurring dream. You wake up to it every day. It reoccurs for a while, but an infinitely small while called a lifetime. So that's what I got for you.